Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel. Then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Today we're talking about imagination and its relationship to productivity. If you're already enjoying the show, hit the subscribe button right now and get a series of amazing, great videos all for free. I did say free, one, two, three, four, free. And holla at us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. We also have a very powerful independent one-on-one productive through joy coaching program. It's a narrative-based, really innovative program, which is a results-oriented program. Again, go to productivethroughjoy.com. See about us. Again, have me come out, speak to your group, school, organization, or take advantage of our powerful one-on-one coaching program. Thanks for being here. For those of you who are new, allow me to say a few words about myself. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. I am the author of the New York Times bestseller, Raising Fences, which was a Today Show Book of the Month pick. That book's film rights were optioned by the actor Will Smith, whose people call my people, and I eventually agreed to write the screenplay for that particular project. I'm also the author of the acclaimed historical novel Americas, which is set 13 miles from Ferguson, where, of course, Michael Brown was murdered in the conflagration that ensued initially there as well. I am currently on the book tour for that book. This weekend I'll be at the powerful Fall into Fiction conference of writers at the Long Beach Marriott. Come on down, holla at us. I go on Saturday at 11. Reach out, come on through the event. There's a great social event happening Friday night at the Marriott. I believe they have, I think, something called Margaritas. I don't know if that's really true. Come on through, see about us. It should be a really powerful event. Great authors, including yours truly. I'll also be, that's this weekend. I'll be there Saturday. Then I'll be at Pasadena City College on October 9th as a part of their powerful reader series, and then in Atlanta on the 10th and 11th of November. So I'm everywhere. I'm coming to you, I am sure. I am also the board president of the World Stage, a really powerful nonprofit, a 501c3 nonprofit here in Los Angeles. We have 7 days of programming around jazz and literature, really interesting and powerful. You can go to theworldstage.org to learn more about that. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergraduate, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English literature from the University of California at Riverside. I am currently an assistant professor of English at Loyola Marymount University here in California. So I'm an expert at being productive. I don't say that to brag or boast, but people are oftentimes surprised at my level of productivity, given really how crazy my own personal narrative is. I am the product of a young girl who was raped at 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to an amazing single divorcee. Yet at the time, no biological father, no adopted father. Listen, difficult times for the young MD. Yet, as Cool Modi famously said, how you like me now. And if I can become this productive and do so through joy, so can many of us who are watching the show, including you. Thanks for being here. Again, go to productivethroughjoy.com. See about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations about being productive through joy. A very powerful program. Have me come out and do just that. All right. Again, today we're talking about imagination and productivity, which we'll dive into that topic in earnest in just a matter of seconds. We like to, in the morning show, because we air each weekday morning at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. In the morning show, we like to touch on the ideal of framing your day before your day has a chance to frame you. Have mercy. At times, we will wake up with trouble on our mind, and that follows us throughout our day, and it has a way of impacting our health, as we know through modern science. When the body is stressed, and that's what problems do. They bring you stress. Stress breaks down the body and encourages all types of heart conditions in particular. Stress can break your heart, literally. And so we help people to deal with that reality, and that reality is especially true for those of us who are living outside the box, outside kind of the normal channels of, of societal expectation. If you're an entrepreneur, if you're an artist, if you're black in America, trying to be at your house and be safe. Um, and so our lives tend to be more stressful, and so it's incumbent upon us to find effective strategies to deal with our stressors. So that's one thing that we do really effectively. We do so in the context of a ritual. Ritual can be defined as doing the same thing as at around the same time. Let me give you my brief morning ritual to serve as an exemplar. In the mornings, I wake up hella early at 3:30 a.m., including this morning. Uh, I read a couple of spiritual business books, and I do our current show, our morning show at 4:45 a.m. At 5, I work on my current book until sunrise, and at sunrise, I walk out to the beach. I live here along the coast in Venice Beach, California. I bring my drum, I meditate, I pray, I drum, I do yoga. It's really powerful early in the morning as the sun is emerging. I work on my current book. Um, I come back, rather, work on my current book for a while longer, then go back to the beach to run up the coast all the way past Santa Monica Superior, run all the way back here to Venice to go to my gym, Gold's Gym, to get my workout and get my buff on. So guys, by 10:30 or so, I'm feeling amazing. My body is being flooded with endorphins, and that endorphin release gives me a sense of euphoria that I can then leverage to move myself towards my goals and objectives. We're not saying do what I do, we're saying do what you do. And we help individuals do what they do when they do when they do when they do what they do. Again, go to productivethroughjoy.com, see about us. Become a subscriber right now by pushing that subscribe button. Let's dive into, I should say I'm reading two great books now. I'm reading a book called The Nag Hammadi Reader, which is a compendium of spiritual literature from the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd century in the Gnostic tradition. I'm also reading a book called The 1 Minute Millionaire, which is a really interesting 1 Minute Millionaire, which is a really interesting combination of spirituality and entrepreneurial strategy. Really great book. From those two books, I extract some wisdom, which I call the morning chant. And today's morning chant is, as a meditating natural mystic, the inner spirit guides me to imagine justice and abundance. Then justice and abundance manifest. So I contemplate that idea and then also create the morning and afternoon shows based upon that idea. So today we're talking about imagination. All right, so let's dive into the topic. So point one is you want to cultivate your imagination. You want to be in a space where you are engaging in imaginative stimuli, right? You want to go to plays, go to concerts. You want to go to poetry readings. You also want to create. You want to be a creator. You want to, even if you're not very creative, you want to be in the habit of creating. Take a class, a painting class, a writing class, just to be in the habit of creating, because imagination is all about creating a world in your mind. And once you begin to normalize imagination and normalize creativity, your world opens up. It just does. You are able to take advantage of the energy that is all around you that is creative. That's point one. As you begin to cultivate that imagination, you then can place it into practice by, we call it virtualization, but by imagining, visualizing, or we call it virtualizing, which is a way to think about using the 5 senses to really deep dive yourself into your imagined world, where you're smelling the, if you're imagining your dream house, you're seeing who's in the house, your family, your lover, your wife, your spouse. You're smelling the food being cooked on the, you're seeing your kids. You're sitting on the leather couch. You immerse yourself in that, and you're applying the imagination in a very, very detailed way. And then point 3, as you begin to do that, you believe that it's already happening right now, that something wonderful is happening right now, that just like when the check is in the mail, you know that there's something wonderful is happening right now, meaning that the check is being cut. You haven't received the check. The check isn't in your account yet. You haven't held the check in your hand yet, but you know it's on the way, right? In the exact same way, you have to believe that something is happening right now, and boom, goes the dynamite. It is, and it's coming, and it's simply waiting for itself to reveal itself, just like that check is waiting for itself to reveal itself in your mailbox. All right, so boom goes the dynamite. That's it for today's show. We air each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel, then at 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. We'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it. Deuces.